Hi, I'm Dianemarie Collins, and you have entered the DM Zone, and we are today visiting with the cast of the play Becoming Julia Morgan. We happen to be here now visiting with Dan Murry. Welcome, Dan.
Thank you.
And I teased you earlier off camera. You happen to also be married to the wonderful director Linda Wilson.
Yes, I am.
And so I said, "Oh, you volunteered?"
I was drafted.
I love that. But you have creds. I mean, you have a lot of acting background. You weren't just hanging out, cleaning fish.
Actually, the story was she said, would you come and help me with the tryouts? I need somebody to read the other parts. And I said, yes, but I'm absolutely not doing the show. I don't have time. I don't want to. She said, fine. And then
that lasted.
She said, rehearsals start in about 2 weeks. I said, rehearsals for what? She said, Julia. I said, I told you I wasn't doing that. Just walked away as if she didn't even hear me talking.
Well, I've been married a long time. I understand how that goes. The fun thing about it is that I told you play all of the supporting male roles. Julia's father, her mentor, Bernard, and Maybeck.
Yes.
Thank you. And who else?
The French professor from L'École des Beaux-Arts.
Yes. The one who wouldn't let her in, or
No, he was the one that didn't like her different styles. When she went in, he said, "You have this. You will make a wonderful architect, but you mix the styles too much."
not allowed to do that.
Yeah, and she said, "Well, don't you think?" She would argue with him a bit, and but he was particularly impressed with her engineering skills. He told her that she was much better than any of the men in the science of the profession. But in the end, he said, but since you'll not be able to climb along the scaffolds in order to supervise the work, you must be very good at the plans. And he said, and women are very good at office work. And that caused
Thank you for that backhanded compliment.
Exactly. So Julia kind of looked down with her nose going, well, what are you talking about? But anyway, and then I did the grandfather of, you talk to the kid that plays Jerry. He had a son, and that became me. Ultimately, in the end of the show, his whole purpose is to more or less capsulize the show. He brings it all together and relates what she had done and sort of puts it in a time capsule and
synopsizes
exactly what he does, and puts that in the end, and he's there with his granddaughter, Jenny.
Is there any one particular character that you enjoy more or feel more connected with?
Well, the Frenchman, and they keep telling me I don't pronounce his name right, so I don't even go there.
But your French accent was pretty believable.
The Frenchman was just silly, and I loved it, that you could do just about what you wanted to. But I think the role I identified with, since I'm a retired school teacher, was Maybeck. He gives a lecture in his first appearance in the show, and that sort of felt very comfortable.
You have a varied career. Now, I also understand you're a musician. Let's talk a little bit about your career. What do you play?
I play piano. I play several instruments, but that's my main instrument, and I sing. I used to play with the Back Porch Majority, Randy Sparks in the back. I don't know if you've heard of them. You've heard of the New Christy Minstrels.
Sure.
Back Porch Majority initially was a farm group for the Christies, because there were so many people in the Christies that if they lost someone, they didn't know what to do. So what he did was he formed another group at Ledbetter's, and he put them on the back porch, and he said, you guys keep rehearsing, and when we need somebody, this is where we'll pick from. Well, that group ultimately became its own group, and broke away from the Christies. Randy sold the Christies, and he kept the back porch. And we did some touring with, I guess my favorite was with Shirley Jones. She's a marvelous lady.
I was going to say, what a fabulous experience.
She is so down to earth. I mean, you don't expect it. I mean, she's a big megastar.
I have always found the good ones, the big ones, really are good.
Yes, ma'am. I agree with you totally. I don't think she ever intended to be a megastar. I'm not sure that was a big deal to her. But
she just liked your craft.
Just liked her craft, and she was so good at it.
Yeah.
And she was very down to earth, and there was nothing on a pedestal. She didn't want to be there.
So I want to know, are you okay, happy now that you're part of the play?
Oh, yes. Well, it's been fun. The people in the play are wonderful people, and it's been a joy to do. When we did it at the Monday Club in San Luis Obispo. It was a kick. It really was a cave.
And now this wonderful venue is exciting as well, here
Well, I
at
haven't been
the
on yet.
Chapel of the Chimes. Well, yes, when you're on later on tonight, it'll
If it
it'll
doesn't
be
get
fun.
dark too soon, I don't know if I'm going to make my part yet.
Oh, you're saying it dark, it's bedtime?
Oh, yeah, basically, yeah.
You're hysterical. Thank you so much for spending time with me,
Oh, it's
Dan.
been a gas. Thank you.
And remember, you're visiting here at the DM Zone. Come back soon.